Hello and welcome to Nigerian Infusion. Today I'm preparing Buka stew. I'm so sorry I couldn't take a whole full video of the ingredient before I started blending, but as you can see, we've got tomatoes, onions, scotch bonnet or Basira pepper if that's what you have, and the bell peppers I used this time around were not the round bell pepper because they were sweet for the Buka stew, so I used the long pepper. I've also got some dry ones which you can see I soaked them in hot water to soften them out before I started blending. I've got my meat here, pomo, abodi, beef, and shaki. I also have seasoning stock cube, which is no. I prefer to use no chicken cube. So I started by blending the first round of pepper, which were the tomatoes and the onions, before adding the dry ones which I soaked into hot water. It is important that you soak them in hot water and do not use too much of this dried tatashe and shombo, otherwise it will make your Buka stew very bitter. As you can see, I was on Instagram doing a live video, and everyone that joined in went out and tried it, and they enjoyed it. So you put your oil in the pan. It doesn't have to be extremely hot. You don't want to burn yourself. You know, I've got kids around. I've got a baby who's almost 8 months old, so, and he always wants to be in the kitchen, so I don't want to make my pan too hot. So I added the blended peppers inside. You have to blend it really well. The good thing about when I do live tutorial on Instagram is that I give tips and tricks on if you intend on starting your own catering business, you know, just to have an idea of how you cost things and so on and so forth. So it's not just about learning to cook, but it's about understanding their other tricks and tips. There's a lot of people that have come back and say, you know what, I didn't realize that I didn't need that much to have a very delicious pot of soup. But yeah, you don't really need that much. A little goes a long way. Anyway, the peppers went into the pot. You don't need to sort of cook the peppers separately first before you start adding oil, because this is Buka stew. It will just work itself up. So the pepper went in, and then we just give it a good mix. At this point, I did not add any stock seasoning because I wanted it to be at the consistency that I wanted it to be before I started adding stock seasoning. That way, you don't over add seasoning to your sauce, because the more it simmers, the more the stock concentrate. So as I was doing the stew, I was also cooking gbegiri on the side. If anyone joined me the day we prepared ayamashi on Instagram, they would have known I gave them tricks and tips on how to save the water from their beans. So we used that in preparing the gbegiri, and also I prepared a ewedu with egusi on the side as well. So this time around, I added the stock seasoning to the sauce. As you can see now, the sauce is looking very nice. Then all the meats, the animal kingdom, all went in. I say animal kingdom. You can use fish as well. There's no it's not compulsory that you must use meat. You can use fish as well. And yeah, this soup is Buka stew, and Buka stew does not consist of iru. When you add iru, you're basically cooking iru stew, but this is Buka stew, so there's no need for iru in it. And there's no also need for crayfish. If you want to, you can add it, but to be quite honest, people who cook Buka stew, the real people who cook Buka stew, they don't add iru to it, nor are they going to be adding crayfish to it, because that's unnecessary expenditure. Anyway, so I gave it a good mix, then placed the lid on it, and after a while, I completely took the lid off so that the steam can escape. If your sauce is too thick, you can add a bit of water just to loosen it up. It's not compulsory to add water, but mine was fine, so I didn't need to add water. But if you find that your sauce is too thick, you can add a bit of water to it. It's fine, and just leave it to cook a bit more longer so that the water can evaporate. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. Remember to like and always to subscribe. I'll be uploading as much video. I know I don't upload that much video, but you know what, I'm a very, very busy woman with 4 kids, wife, uni, and other things. It does count. So thank you so much for watching.